Section 1 of the Life of Samuel Johnson, Volume 3. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Life of Samuel Johnson, Volume 3, by James Boswell, Section 1. Having left Ashbourne in the evening, we stopped to change horses at Derby, and availed ourselves of a moment to enjoy the conversation of my countryman, Dr. Butter, then physician there. He was in great indignation because Lord Mountstuart's bill for a Scotch militia had been lost. Dr. Johnson was as violent against it. I am glad, said he, that Parliament has had the spirit to throw it out. You wanted to take advantage of the timidity of our scoundrels, meaning, I suppose, the ministry. It may be observed that he used the epithet scoundrel very commonly, not quite in the sense in which it is generally understood, but as a strong term of disapprobation, as when he abruptly answered Mrs. Thrale, who had asked him how he did. "Ready to become a scoundrel, madam. With a little more spoiling you will, I think, make me a complete rascal." He meant easy to become a capricious and self-indulgent valetudinarian, a character for which I have heard him express great disgust. Footnote. Boswell, it is, he said, so very difficult for a sick man not to be a scoundrel. He called Fludyer a scoundrel, apparently because he became a Whig. He used to say a man was a scoundrel that was afraid of anything. Whoever thinks of going to bed before 12 o'clock is, he said, a scoundrel. Mr. Croker points out that Johnson in his dictionary defined knave, a scoundrel, sneak up, a scoundrel, rascal, a scoundrel, loon, a scoundrel, lout, a scoundrel, poltroon, a scoundrel, and that he coined the word scoundrelism. Churchill, in The Ghost, describes Johnson as one who makes each sentence current pass with puppy, coxcomb, scoundrel, ass. Swift liked the word. God forbid that ever such a scoundrel as Want should dare to approach you. End of footnote. Johnson had with him upon this jaunt Il Palmerino di Inghilterra, a romance praised by Cervantes, but did not like it much. He said he read it for the language, by way of preparation for his Italian expedition. We lay this night at Loughborough. On Thursday, March the 28th, we pursued our journey. I mentioned that old Mr. Sheridan complained of the ingratitude of Mr. Wedderburn. Footnote. Boswell implies that Sheridan's pension was partly due to Wedderburn's influence. End of footnote. And General Fraser, who had been much obliged to him when they were young Scotchmen entering upon life in England. Johnson. Why, sir, a man is very apt to complain of the ingratitude of those who have risen far above him. A man, when he gets into a higher sphere, into other habits of life, cannot keep up all his former connections. Then, sir, those who knew him formerly upon a level with themselves may think that they ought still to be treated as on a level, which cannot be, and an acquaintance in a former situation may bring out things which it would be very disagreeable to have mentioned before higher company, though perhaps everybody knows of them. He placed this subject in a new light to me, and showed that a man who has risen in the world must not be condemned too harshly for being distant to former acquaintance, even though he may have been obliged to them. It is, no doubt, to be wished that a proper degree of attention should be shown by great men to their early friends. But if either from obtuse insensibility to difference of situation, or presumptuous forwardness, which will not submit even to an exterior observance of it, the dignity of high place cannot
Sample complete. Ready to continue?